requested you to provide us with some information, and let me hope that you have come with all the necessary documentation before we proceed. Yes. Okay, thank you. Before we continue, it's important that we pray. Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and will of our county and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Thank you. Before we continue, let the CC and the CO take oath, then we proceed.
I, Philemon Kurgat, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Mete Arkeblangat, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you very much, Waziri and CEO. Let me briefly allow the members to introduce themselves once more.
Thank you, Chair. Welcome, CC and CEO. I'm Gladys Yesambit, a special elect member to the committee.
Chairman, thank you so much, Chairman, CC and CEO. Welcome. I'm Rotich Moses, MCA representing Tandana Soget Ward, and a member to this ad hoc committee on pending bills. Thank you.
Chairman, I'm Rotich Aaron, representing good people of Seretut, and the whip Karibuna Sana Waziri, the CEO.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Kibet Peter, MCA Kususer Ward.
Secretariat, introduce yourself.
My name is Kibet Peter, the legal officer.
Thank you. I'm Nelson Kibiakon, clerk assistant.
I'm Kimoto Leston, and site officer.
I'm Rose Budai, the principal clerk.
Kumwati Kirui, Sachinata.
Thank you. OCC and CEO, you appeared before us last week, and we had looked at some of the issues in your department. Though the committee were not satisfied with some of the documentation, and you know that we are here on a very serious business, and we need to ensure that this county is running very well. You know, the issue of pending bills has been a thorn in our flesh for some time as a county. And the key departments like water and roads are the most important because the services, for example, water and roads affect our people directly. And we need to ensure that our people are getting the right services at the right time. You also know that there are issues raised by the suppliers and contractors of this county who are working with us as a county. And those issues, again, need to be sorted so that everyone around the county should be able to get satisfied with whatever work is going on. Now, last week we had requested you that you provide more information, especially on the pending bills as per our POR. And we have given you enough time to compile that information. What we need now is, because we have two concurrent committees running together. We have the budget committee going on currently at Hills, and I still believe that you also appear before them at some point. And we have this pending bills committee. The purpose of this committee is to get the facts right, so that when the budget is being, process is going on, we'll be able to capture the right information. We don't want just fake figures. So let me inquire from you whether you have submitted all the documents that you requested before us. Waziri.
Honorable Chair and honorable members, I want to seek your indulgence for this matter, because we've been having some activities that was running at the executive, including which we had to go to Nairobi and appear before the park with His Excellency the Governor. So I want to seek your indulgence so that we provide those documents on a later date, because they are still working on them. You remember the other day also we had the audit that was running, and those documents were being checked. So we are seeking, with all due respect, that you give us some more time so that we can provide. As we talk now, those documents are being sorted out at the department.
When the vote is yours, Waziri, today is 23rd of June 2025. We are remaining with very few days to the 30th of June, when we are supposed to have concluded on this, and also to bring to your attention, this exercise that we are doing is informing the approval of this year's budget. If we are not going to conclude on this, the budget approval process will just burst. I don't know. What can we do about it? And you know, Waziri, you have staffs in your department. This exercise that we are doing is not in any case a witch hunt. I want to mention something, Chairman, that I would wish to be expunged from the answer, so that we proceed. You know, when a budget is done, on many occasions, we run into deficits. Sometimes we are not able to meet the expected budgeted allocation. So I don't wish to see the CEC and the CEO operating in a manner that it's like they have a mistake. There is no mistake. Chairman, Gile, I Kobaren, Person, Musir Kobaren, Banan. You know, out of these exercises that we do, sometimes, we do for the sake of service delivery in our county. It is our prayer that we have these documents so that we can have a brainstorming session together on how, number one, pending bills from the first charge, so that we dispense this thing once and for all. So that, going forward, how are we going to implement the 2025-2026 budget? How I wish, Waziri, you could dispense this matter with the urgency it deserves, with the precision it deserves, and with the seriousness it deserves, so that we you know, you have staffs in your department. It would have been easy when you were in Nairobi. The staffs at the department does the nitty-gritty as assigned. You know, at the end of the day, neither the CEO nor the CEC are going to do that work. It is the junior staffs at the department. Yours is just at an approval level. So that when you are dispensing a document out of your department, it is something that you have adopted You have verified, you have justified that it is the true picture of the department. Waziri.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Chair, through the chair, I remember last time when we came in, there were a bit of some repetition on some items. Nonetheless, as good as the staff are working on those things, we also have to be very critical with it. That's why I wanted to allow my teams to see or to critically look at those documents, so that whatever we present here is the true position of the department. So I want to seek for your indulgence for tomorrow only. Then on Wednesday, we report back.
You see, the time is running. And you see, as much as the committee is interested in these pending bills, the budget committee is also interested, and the public is also interested. I didn't want to be harsh, otherwise I could have been very harsh on you as a chair, but I will not even extend beyond today. You see, in fact, we don't want to debate more because we are wasting a lot of time. We will not go, even if it's going to be up to 11, we can wait as a committee because we know the pressure that we need us as this committee and including the budget committee. So this document is not only important to this committee, it's important to two committees. And remember, these members who are seated here could have been sitting in budget. We also want to sit in budget committee, which is not possible, but we have spared our time to work on this other committee. So I will not extend any other time because we don't have time. We still have other committee, other teams. So can you tell me, are you able to go and look yourself with the offices today and present these documents by 5?
We are most obliged, Chair. Why don't you allow us tomorrow so that we can go and work on those documents today? We complete them today and then we bring them tomorrow.
If it is tomorrow, it should be by 8. Let those documents be here before even the committee sit here.
Okay, Chair, we are ready to deliver by 8 tomorrow. Yes.
Kindly, no more extension.
It's true. In fact, as we talk, the team is working already on the documents from morning. Thank you.
Chair, yes. I want to just bring to the attention of the CC and the CO that last time it was only repetition of some of the items or details as part of the projects done. For the case, because I'm interested in knowing there's an extra 3 on what you submitted before the House. And extra 3, there was a company that was collecting cabbages in Zone 12, Sondu and environs. I think it was just by the repetition by the CC. But it is just a simple exercise that you're just matching on probably the ones that were paid and retention. I think this is part of the thing. There's this retention that I've noted here. Yeah. So it's just only matching the names and it's not a difficult task. So if you can deliver, Morning Chairman?
By 8 tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to let you go, prepare the documents, and again, bring documents with full information as requested.
Maybe before Waziri, unless they have to confirm with this committee that they don't want any allocation in their department, because this thing will guide us to get some funding in the matter budget. So the more you relax, is the more the honorable members will not allocate any money in the department. So, and that is a failure, because for sure we have given you enough time. You should provide for us what is required. Number 2, Chairman, I need a clear clarification. Because there was no any work which was rolled out in the department. In this financial year, we are ending. We are zero and the CO. We need all the projects equivalent to the amount which was allocated in the full financial year. I think that you should give us a sign, Chairman, so that we know the stand in the Department of Water. So provide us the list of all the works that you pay in a financial year. I know there was an amount which we allocated, and after supplementary, we added 50 million. So we need all the works which is equivalent to the amount which was allocated to your department. So that as we proceed, we know where we are and where we are going. Thank you.
So we don't want to waste a lot of time. We don't have time ourselves. Kindly members, let me give a chance to one of our members who has just arrived to introduce himself. Then we, yes.
Maybe Chair, before you give the other members, they should also provide for us all the works which has been done under FLOCA, because don't mix up. The FLOCA programs, give us a side, and also you give us the one for the mother budget, the one we are approving in this assembly. Thank you.
Honorable Gilbert, introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. I'm Gilbert Kibrok Ngetich, MCA Kishara, member of the committee. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me rule, kindly avail the documents tomorrow by 8. Okay, oh, sorry. We have one member to introduce himself, yes.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable members, Waziri and CEO. I'm Ngeti Koske Vincent, nominated MC from Chilchila, but representing youth. Thank you.
Thank you. So let me release you and kindly give us correct information and correct documentation by tomorrow 8 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next group, do you have another next group? before we proceed, let's start with a word of prayer. Let's pray, members. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness has appointed the office of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and just government of the people who we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful manner as to promote your honor and glory and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our county and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Legal team, can you usher in the CC and director to take oath?
Okay, I, Joseph Pitangorir, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Sylvia Nziani, do swear that the evidence I shall give before this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. Members, I would like to give you a chance to introduce yourself, beginning with the far left.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. My names are Philip Kimweno Mutai, a member to this committee. Welcome, Waziri and Director.
Beatrice Chepkemoi, member of this committee.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm Gilbert Ngetich Kemarus, MCA Kishara Ward, member to the committee.
Gladys Yasangbet, member.
My name is Honorable Kiprotich Rogony. I'm the Vice Chair to this committee, and Karibuni.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm Rotich Aaron, representing the good people of Seretut, and the whip Karibuni Sana Waziri, and is the director. All right, fiscal planner. Thank you, Karibu.
Chairman and Waziri, welcome. I'm Rotich Moses, MC representing Tendana Soget Ward, and a member to this ad hoc committee. Thank you.
I'm Kibet Peter, MCA Kapsut Ward, member to the committee.
Good morning. Good afternoon, Community Koske Finson, I'm Mother MCA from Chilchina, representing youth. Thank you.
I'm Anthony Ruto, MCA Kipkelian Ward, member.
Secretariat, introduce yourself.
I'm Kibioko Nixon, clerk assistant.
My name is Kibet Peter, the legal officer.
I'm Kimeto Liston, answered.
I'm Mercy Chepkemoi, auditor.
Mwati Kirui, Sachinata.
Thank you. Now, Waziri and fiscal planner, you are welcome again. Last week, you appeared before us, and we had interrogated some of the issues, especially in the pending bill. And there were some clarifications that we needed as a committee, which I believe that you have furnished us with this, with the documentation. I've seen, I have a file here, which I believe is part of the information that we had requested, so that you can be able to clarify. Kindly, can you update us on what we requested as a committee, so that we can further interrogate and then we can make a conclusion later. So can you update us? And again, Waziri, it is very important that we have the CEO. Maybe you can tell us why is CEO not around. And then continue. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Thank you once again for this invitation, and thank you for the welcome. I want to say that one is that on the issue of the CEO, I think I made it clear at a time that CEO, my CEO is on study leave, and she's still in the, dealing with that issue. The acting CEO is indeed very busy today. I think he's on the other end in as far as the budget issue is concerned. I also want to say that today was very unfortunate maybe day for me, because I have different teams that we were supposed to be meeting right from 9. I was here, I started here at 9, I did not succeed. I've gone to the KUSUP 2 team, the World Bank. They are still continuing in my office. I just left them. The other team, I sent them to the NCA consultation stakeholders meeting in the Sunshine. So I think the only person I could be able to come up with is the principal planner, Madam Sylvia. Number 2 is on the issue of what you had asked for in as far as the pending bills are concerned. I think up to this point I can confidently say that I provided all what you had asked for. What you have there is the development pending bills and their information attached that you had requested for, and I have here with me the one on the current, also with all the information attached. Thank you, Panagia.
So you have provided all the pending bills, and again we have requested that whatever is ongoing currently, that maybe will be, you forecast that it will be paid, and those that will not be paid. Because the reason why we need that is we have 2 committees running currently. The other committee here and the budget committee. And we want to get right every information that is required for us to make the budget. We don't want to have a hole every financial year created, because this has been a reason why sometimes you don't get development because of an excuse of pending bill. So what we need is factual information, and I believe you will be able to supply us with the facts and figures on all the pending bills. And because we are heading to close of financial year, at least by now you have information. You know whatever is happening in the department, everything has been closed, and you have the data. You need to furnish us by that date. Do you have anything that you need to pay? And are you sure that it's going to be paid? Will there be unspent resources that will be transferred to the next budget? The reason why, sometimes you might find that if it is not captured as unspent resources, then it will be difficult for us, because we'll have to dig another hole to look for resources to pay for the services. So kindly, you need to furnish us with every detail. Again, is there any other work that was done and it has not been captured, maybe through proper documentation? We need to get that. There was an issue of housing, the housing. You can also furnish us on that. I have not heard you. There was the issue of bills that was paid, and we needed a report. I have seen the documents here, and I believe you have captured. We are going to study them. I see it's voluminous. We will study, but now kindly update the committee on these bills and any other information that we requested. But I think I have captured the brief on pending bills, including the recurrent. So kindly tell us more on the bills, the bills that was paid. Then let me give a chance to the members if there's any other query. Okay, can continue first, then we can further.
All right, thank you, Chair. I think you have captured it well on the issues of the actual pending bills. I've said we have captured nearly everything, I'm sure. I think as you go through them, in case of any, I think I'm ready to deal with it because we have done it in my own opinion, to my own satisfaction. On the ongoing budget, it is true, Chair, that we have not been able, we have not reached the end yet, and there could be some that could be paid before we even close this year. But I really cannot guarantee that all of it will be paid. But since they have not been declared as pending bills as such, I think I would request this committee that we deal with those that we had presented and see how far we shall go with that. Number 3, you have mentioned the issue of the housing. Yeah, there was an issue that you had mentioned about the housing the other time.
For the pending bills, Waziri,
yeah.
Maybe you can mention that you can give us a breakdown. You say we have a pending bills of this much in development, we have this much in recurrent, so that you can capture. And again, the forecast that you want to focus and say this might end up being a pending bill, or this one will not be a pending bill.
In the current budget or in the previous?
All of them. For the last 3 years. I know you are right. Yes.
In the development outstanding, it is 4.940. That is 4,940,135. That is in development. That is the previous one. In recurrent, it is 6,350,186 and 0.20. Yeah. Pardon? Cumulatively, that is about 11. Yeah, that's about 11 million.
So you have both in recurrent?
The recurrent and development.
For the last 3 years?
For the last 3 years, yes.
Inclusive of what might become a pending bill now?
No.
Okay, now we need to focus, because we are heading to a close of financial years in the next few days. So already you know that this one will even go to, because maybe a contractor has not even finalized the work, maybe it's at 50%. So that one definitely will be a pending bill. So maybe we need to analyze. If it is at 100% and it's in IP, then you need to classify that also so that we can capture.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chair, that the ongoing works in as far as the current budget is concerned, it is very unlikely that we shall be able to pay all of it. And the absorption rate as per now is that maybe I can give Madam Sylvia, Director, Principal Planner, to say something on the absorption rate and maybe project how much is likely to remain at the end of this financial year, which is about 2 weeks or so to go.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Thank you, Waziri. There are 3 projects that are likely. I'm saying likely because we have 2 weeks and we probably may be able to pay within the 2 weeks. The first project is in the Housing Directorate. There was a renovation of houses in Huruma Estate in Londiani. Currently the project is at 50%. The budget for the project was 3.4 million, and there's no payment that has been made to date. Number 2 is a project in the Survey Directorate involving the geographical information systems, identification of parcels of land in town, and creating a land information management system. As we speak right now, it is at 60%. The total budget was about 7.5%. There's no payment that has been made as we speak, but that may change probably in the next 2 weeks or so. So I don't know if it would be right to clarify it as a pending bill. And lastly, Just allow me to consult with Waziri 1 minute. Yes, I think I'll touch on those two. Thank you.
Chairman.
Just a minute, I was able to add the two, the recurrent and the development in the previous. I think it's about 11. I think I've added it well. It is 11,293,21.20. Thank you.
So the payment bill is fully documented and it's only payments that are supposed to be done. Are you able to pay the 11 million before the end of the financial year?
No.
So definitely it's going to be another payment bill in the next financial year. That one you're sure?
Definitely, this one.
Okay.
Jim, if they are projecting that Waziri, he has clarified that if this works with the procured, if it will be at 100%, they are at a point of paying all the works. That is as per your first statement. When the Madam for Physical Planning has said that the works which has been done in Londiani is at 50% as at now, and we have 1 week. 2. The other one is at 60%. Is it not enough to declare those ones as pending bills? Secondly, the other time you told us that first charge are the pending bills. Why are you declaring this 11 million also to be carried forward? To be carried forward as a pending bills, yet you are not at a point of even paying what is going on right now.
Additionally, Chairman, before he answers that, I think it's an additional question as regarding to what Honorable Kemoi have indeed put across. You know, Waziri, you have been having these pending bills running through the financial year of 2024 and 2025. Maybe you can also give us what has been paid in this department between the period of July last year to date. Because if you are having pending bills as of now, what have you paid? What have you requisitioned in that matter? We are having works that are going to flow over to the next financial year automatically, as Sylvia has put it across. You still have a period to pay. In fact, we still have a week to. These works are documented. Why don't you pay these people?
Waziri, what is your response to that?
Okay, Asante. Now, the honorable members, I think you are right. Let me ask with Mheshimiwa from Kapsusel. The issue of the pending bills has been there. That's one. And it is very likely, the way I see the present budget that is ongoing, is that the previous pending bills seems not to have been factored. I think that is one. I do not want to blame anybody, but you see, when you are planning for the following year, and you have a budget deficit behind, and it is not planned in the current budget, it is unlikely you will meet that demands. And I think that is what is happening.
Waziri,
Number two,
you be clear on this,
yeah.
Because when you are doing this, when you are submitting, like today, you're going to appear before the budget committee.
Yes.
And we expect you, you know, most of your pending bills are documented.
Correct.
What is it so hard? Why is it so hard for you to pay this? Yet all the documents are there. There are those when you've paid 1 million, you're only supposed to pay like 200,000. And this particular individual has delivered this. If it was anything he was doing to the county is done, he or she has done. Now, when you're submitting before the budget committee, why are you not factoring in the pending bills? And pending bills, as it is now, is a fast charge.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Ragon. I think you have said it well, that why was it not factored? Maybe I may not be able to conclusively say why that one was not factored, but it is a concern. And I really captured the mood of this committee, that actually this one should have been the case. Mheshimiwa, I've said about what I said last time, and actually I still stand there, that you know, fast come, fast serve, and you have got it clear, that actually the situation should be that when somebody has done his job, and somebody else come later, the first one should be paid. But I still stand there. The last time I said it's about a week or so, and up to this point, we have not been able to make any payment so far, and we are looking at these particular pending bills on a serious note. I'm sure that the people who are owing this department are also very concerned with this state of affairs. And I remember saying the other time, give us a bit of time, we shall deal with these particular issues one by one. In fact, I was about to say the other time that even in the financial year, starting next July, it is likely that we shall deal with the pending bills first before we come up with any other new work. That is my proposition.
Chairman, allow me to interject a bit.
Yeah?
Yes. You almost, and Sylvia, you are almost guiding us to make an assumption that the proposed works that are supposed to be done in the department are not done, or they are done, but you're using a vote to pay for other things that are not factored in your department. That may be the origin of these pending bills. Like, for example, a work that was done in 2022-2023, one proposed renovation of Chief Officer's office, holding room, boardroom, that was done in 2022 and 2023. To date, this gentleman, or the directors of this company, Rehisa Enterprise Limited, are having the documents. It did inform the first charge in 2024-2025. Now that we are almost ending up the financial year.
I'm sorry, you have mentioned the one that was,
yes,
was done in the boardroom.
Yes.
That's the number?
Number one and two.
You know, I'm sorry. What I have here is the actual standing. Those ones that were there but they had been paid, I have removed them in this document. Yes.
Okay.
They were paid.
From the document that we have,
yes,
what you highlighted is what is pending. It is very clear. Like, yes, number one is fully paid.
Yes.
Number two is fully paid.
Yeah.
But then, if you go to number 3, 4, 5,
yeah,
in development, it gives the figure that you actually gave us, except you removed the national housing. Can you check that? What you've done, the total pending bills in development is 22,535,470.
Correct.
If you reduce 17,595,339, it gives us what you gave us. That's around 4,900,000 and something, is it?
Yeah, correct. Yes, yes. Yeah,
what your name is?
Sylvia.
Sylvia Inziani. So that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
So we will not even talk about these other ones that you've paid, but then we are actually very particular with Vasudev. And the last time we appeared here, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Because in fact, from the Association of Contractors, these two appears in the list because they are claiming that they did the works, they have not been paid. So the question you're asking, in other departments, there is one that is undocumented, MOPCON's solutions. So, but then for this other one which is documented, he worked in Kapkugeri Wetward. and you've not paid him. And we said, in fact, even without you even allocating money, then it means in the next financial year, the first thing that we will do is to ensure this particular individual is paid.
That's correct.
And anything that you're supposed to do is going to be faced. So the point, Sylvia, why don't you give us as a committee your true position on these pending bills? Because we are after this. That is where we are interested in.
Chairman.
Honorable Kosgei?
Just, I want to ask something. Chairman and Masiri, number 1 and 2, proposed renovation of chief and of staff office, holding room, courtroom, and roof leakage repair at Kericho County. I'm seeing there is a double work, because you gave the work to repair the staff office, holding room, and boardroom. You allocate 2.2 million, and then you repeat again staff office, renovation of chief of staff office, holding room, and boardroom. I'm seeing double work there. The only difference here is in the first allocation, there is a leakage repair, but the same bedroom, you renovated the same bedroom, but you just allocate 1.4 million. Or can you make me understand? Make us understand this. Thank you.
Kindly answer the questions.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Let me, I think Mr. Mheshimiwa Aragoni has captured it very well, and that's actually the true position. I think in this document here, Mheshimiwa, is that we have the housing pending bill of 17 million something, which has been tracking all along, and I think we discussed it here the other time. Maybe we can also mention it again, but that one is there as a pending bill. Maybe I can deal with this housing first, because I remember saying that the housing pending bill of about 17 million is something that has been tracking all along for a number of years. And at that point, they had also asked me about the 10 million that was allocated at some point. And when we looked at the 10 million right here with Mr. Abraham, that 10 million seems to have been in the finance department. I don't know, it did not end in the actual Department of Lands. And all the same, that 10 million was not paid to the National Housing Corporation. So the bill is still standing at about 17. You had asked me about why it is not reducing, and I think I mentioned about the challenges that are there. And I think I had requested this honorable House that if we do not deal with this number 17, this 17 million of the housing, the national housing, it will continue tracking on. And I don't see it myself that even the present situations, I'm happy and lucky that I met the National Housing Corporation, the entire national board here the other week before I came here. And from my discussion, and I captured it very well, it is unlikely that we shall meet that demand. And the only request is, in the budget, we have that amount. Let us clear them. Let us have all these houses belonging to the county government. We can do much better, I will assure you, when these houses are under us than when they are under the National Housing Corporation.
Was there was a question of rent being collected? Maybe you can touch on that, because even if we are going to pay for it, people have been staying in those houses, and I don't think it's for free.
Sure, Mheshimiwa Chair. That is why I said, when I ask about why it is not coming down, one thing that I noted is that there is a lot of pending debt by the people who are living there. And in fact, there are even others who are not paying. I remember saying it. And they are there. And you know, as a department, you cannot go in and deal with it because it is under somebody else's management. Unless we remove that management from those houses and we deal with them ourselves, then it will be much better. Let me ask just a minute.
A very simple one. Huh? You mentioned on somebody else management.
Yeah.
We are on record. Kindly come clear so that who's management, who are those managing these houses?
I'm saying it is the National Housing Corporation are the one dealing with the collection of the rent because we fail as a county government to pay their debt.
How much are they giving you a report on how much they have collected versus the debt, so that at the end of the day it has to be reconciled? Maybe it is no longer 17 million.
Very well, Mheshimiwa. During that time in the meeting about 2 weeks ago, we made a committee from my department and theirs that before we pay the 17 million, we require full harmonization of what they have collected up to the point. Because you see, they were saying if we do now reconciliation, I think they had done it another time and they also not paid. So they said, when you are ready the money, which you had promised by September or so, we shall be ready. Then at that point, we can now have the committee running to check and find out the full situations before we pay.
Madam Sylvia indeed mentioned that there are some renovation works in Londiani for the housing, right? So you are also confirming to us that National Housing Corporation also collects rates in Londiani, right?
Rent. Yeah.
Then we are renovating as a county, right? Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I think there is conflict of interest there because we are doing the works and we are not collecting the revenue. Secondly, if you fail to pay the rates to the national government, what was supposed to be the agreement as per the collection of rent? What was the time frame? Because if this house I paid to pay 1 million and maybe the rent is 200,000 per month, within 5 months they should have made their collection. So what was the time frame? What was the agreement? Do you have a signed agreement that now collect the rents for this period of time so that you repossess the housing for you to collect the rents? Was there an agreement? If there was no any agreement, how do you know that this is the money they have collected? How can you chip in and use your resources to renovate these houses?
Kindly answer. I know this one squarely lies with the...
Yeah, so that we don't...
yes.
That was Mheshimiwa and a teacher asked on something. And I think what you are asking about Ngetich is something that we had already dealt with. Because I've said I have the new pending bills. I think what you have asked is something that was mentioned and exhaustively dealt with the other time. Thank you. Maybe Sylvia can answer that.
Before we continue, I want to make a ruling. I know we had asked some questions last time, which I know maybe it might come up right now. So what we need is you give us the details if there were some questions asked last time. Because of time, we don't want to waste a lot of time. Again, maybe what we need currently, Waziri, is the proper documentation. For example, if it is start loan, we can track from the day one when it was given to the county. And again, when we took over the management, they should give a reason why they are not collecting rent. Because if the county is not collecting rent, why are they not collecting rent to satisfy the loan? So, members, what I'm requesting, I know there are very valid questions. Let us let us not repeat ourselves so much. Let's limit ourselves to those questions we requested them to bring it to us so that we can be able to handle, because we don't have enough time to handle. But if there are any other upcoming questions that will come up, maybe we'll need to furnish us with more information later. Yeah.
Maybe, thank you, Chairman. Maybe a follow-up, Waziri and Sylvia. Remember, when you appeared last time, there are some of the issues that I cited. And I would want to understand probably the issue that I raised in the last meeting when you appeared, on the specifically on the issue of cadastral survey of Kapsusil. That one came very clearly, and I think if you had actually replied, I would have seen the copy on the same, Sylvia, like I asked probably, maybe you can submit. And on that note, I'm also interested, Bwana Chairman, that I've seen that the department were busy in the year 2022-23 preparing consultants for preparation of bills. I have seen it's 2.9 million, about 3 million. What are these bills? You know, I don't know that it's clearly said that it's undocumented. We are preparing your bills, and we are saying it's undocumented. Maybe you can tell us briefly on that. And lastly, the use of fiscal plan, Sylvia, for the Sociot. I've seen Sociot market fiscal plan, that is for 24 to 2034. And I've seen already you've paid. Maybe you would say something about the fiscal plan, Sociot 24 to 2034, and the cadastral survey that we asked. Remember, we asked the last meeting, and probably I understand it must have been paid. So maybe you bring us to speed on those ones, Chairman, because those ones are very critical.
Continue.
Thank you so much, Chair and members. I'll begin with the cadastral survey of Kapsusil. You want, from my understanding, you're requesting for a copy of the same. Okay, fine. I'll be able to provide that. Equally for Sociot. Sociot involved the preparation of the development plan for Sociot. That plan has actually been done and finalized. It was done in the last financial year and finalized. So we have a plan with ourselves. We are working on submitting it to the county executive. Then it will come to the county assembly for approvals. When it comes to bills, when we are talking about undocumented, we are talking about the procedure. Because when you're given a tender, for example, to prepare, in this case, the bills, there are issues, there are things we expected to be done even before the plan was finalized. So if you look at the files which we've submitted, there were 3 bills. The physical planning bill, the regularization of unauthorized development bill. I seem to have forgotten the other one. I'm not sure if it is the urban areas and cities bill. I'll be able to confirm that. So the bills are with us. What we were lacking in that particular document was the public participation minutes, which now the consultant was to submit to have the whole document completed. That would be my submission. Thank you.
You know how long does the bill take? Because remember, this is 2022. Sylvia, if you were really serious and if you were giving someone like a consultant, was it done by the consultant or by your officers in the office? You know now, the consultancy doesn't will not have any meeting, meaning if this thing has been delayed for that long, you know. So where is the value for money? Where is the value for money? You know, when you are given, you also see something out of it. So, and on that note, I also want to, on the same, the bills, the fiscal plans. I thought we gave you time to present the cadastral survey for Kapsusil. What is the document? Waziri, yes. You know, you are the one whom we sent. So you are coming with the documents that we told you. Can you confirm?
Mheshimiwa and the chair, chair. Yes, I think that is a valid concern, Mheshimiwa. when I came in, I think those, the cadastral survey of Kapsuser, this one also short. I think it's just awaiting being taken to the executive and then finally here. According to me, they are ready for submission. Maybe what we can mention is that we have actually delayed in submitting, but actually that is, it's already ready.
What's Chairman, you know, when Waziri says he's waiting for approval again, which other approval already you've paid? You know, you're making me that wonder, already you're thinking of something to be approved by, I don't know where, or what already is here confirmed that you paid. You know? Can you come out clear, Waziri?
Yeah. The concern is that it has been paid. I'm not sure whether it has been paid.
No, I'm saying, yeah. Based on the document that you presented there.
Yes. The one so short has been paid.
Yes, even Kapsuser, because based on what you've submitted as amounts paid, already it was paid on 28 May. Waziri, it was paid on 28 May at the amount of 2.8 million, as per your documents.
Yes, I think that is true.
I think you are getting confused more and more, Waziri. So, what are you still waiting for? Which approval? Which other approval? Yet already you've paid. You know, you are saying.
Thank you. Let me make a ruling.
Mention that, and then we.
To save on time, let me make a ruling. If it has been paid, it means you have documents. Yeah. So what you need to do, so that you can cut the story short, is submit the documents that are required. And again, I don't think we only talk about, because it's cadastral survey, kindly provide us for the whole county. I know if it is possible, give us for the whole county. Because we represent the county. I know he's asking for Kapsuser. Probably you come from there. But now, kindly provide us
just to notify you, Chair.
Through the chair.
Kindly. The chair, that's what I'm telling you.
But when we give you, I want members. Order. I'm requesting the membership. If you want to speak or say something, kindly request. We don't want to have a back and forth engagement because it will not be orderly.
I think, Chairman, you need to be impartial on this, because you see, this is something that was raised. You know, you cannot get for all the county when the amount that was allocated was only one area. So you cannot get for the entire county. You can only get for the specific area that the amount has been allocated.
Thank you. What I'm saying is whatever is here and whatever maybe even happened maybe 3 years ago, for the cadastral survey, for fairness, because we want to look at the picture of the county, you can provide us, and more so, what has been captured here. So let's move on, continue.
Chair, did you come with the documents? That is my one that we requested last time.
Honorable Aaron.
You know, Chairman, these are the things that we requested last time. You cannot prevent me, Chairman, when I was the one who raised this issue again. I think my thing to be sorted out, Chairman, like I raised. Waziri, can you confirm whether you came with it or not?
Honorable Baron, I have ruled that they provide us with the documents by tomorrow. Is it possible? By tomorrow? Yes, by tomorrow, 8 p.m., 8 a.m., can you provide the documents?
Yes, Chairman, before you answer, I also want to request, because your CEO is not here, and the one acting is also not here because he's engaged elsewhere, I want to request some of these things, you know, we cannot keep gravitating around one item. We will be here for more than 2 hours. It is very simple, Waziri. Anything that you've paid and it is reflecting here, submit the document. It's as simple as that. And I'm happy, I've also seen the bills, Sylvia. We have Kericho County Land Use Bill 2021. We have the Kericho County Housing Act. Which we have a Kericho County Housing Act procedural regulations, arrangements of regulations. So, you know, I feel, Sylvia, this could be what you factored in here, which the process has not come to an end. We support that, but what you should be guiding us with the process. So we have no problem because we want to go to recurrent so that we wind very early.
Thank you. Continue. Members, let's be orderly because if there is any question, let's be a bit objective. Ask and the CC will answer. We'll get the answers. Continue.
Thank you, Chair. I think as Mheshimiwa Ragonja has alluded, actually those documents are actually there. Even what Mheshimiwa was asking about the bills and the rest, they are right there. Those I provided. Now, I think what is missing is the cadastral survey. I think, Chair, you have put it rightly. We shall provide, in fact, even this afternoon, those that have been done. I can call director, but he's very busy elsewhere. I could have called him, and we can provide them this afternoon. I can assure you we shall do that.
Thank you. Kindly provide. Now, continue. You are continuing to answer the questions. I think you were at cadastral, and there were other questions for the housing and the rest.
I think I touched on all of them because there are 3 questions. One on the cadastral survey for Kapsusar, another one for the physical plan for Sociot, and the last one on the bills. I captured all of them. So, and yes, there's one I missed.
Thank you. Now, members.
Chairman.
Yes,
I think they have not answered our question with Honorable Moses.
There was a question on the priority, because you see, that's a very valid question. On we have this loan of 17 million, which we are discussing, and it is a penny bill on our county. Now, the members were asking, why are we doing renovation when we are supposed to be fighting the loan? Why do you renovate when you are not getting even rent? Because it seems you are not giving us a picture of how rent is being collected. So why do you run to renovate when you should be prioritizing and say, let's pay the loan first?
And Chairman, they should provide us with a signed agreement that they handed over to the national government to collect rates or rents, and for how long, and which is the number of houses they are collecting those rates from. So you should provide us the document that you sign between the 2 parties.
Yes, I believe so that we save our time. One, before the end of the day, because I have seen you are very fast, you can provide us with documents within a short time, because we need to know how this loan was borrowed, the terms and the agreement of the loan, the duration of the loan, how much rent has been collected before, and if you can provide us to this committee, we might even call you again to do a further interrogation. We are here, and we can even extend our time up to late in the evening. So what the member is requesting is he needs to see those documents, which I don't think, do you have it right now? If you don't have, what time can you be able to avail?
Thank you, Chair. I think because I have called Mutua, who is actually directly linked to the housing, National Housing Corporation. He was engaged elsewhere, but I told him to come briefly. Now, thank you, Mheshimiwa, the 2 Mheshimiwa there. I think we have also asked really very valid questions, why we are doing renovations, and yet somebody else is in charge, and the standing bill is not coming down. I think those are very valid questions. We shall be able to look into that, but on the issues of the documents, I remember saying it here the other time that I was not able to get the document on agreement that time because Mutua was not there, on the agreement between the National Housing Corporation and my department when they took over the houses. But now that Mutua is here, maybe we'll be able to say 1 or 2 issues. Thank you.
And furthermore, there was 10 million that was allocated for housing. I remember we factored in 10 million, and I believe you said it went to the Department of Finance.
Yeah.
Kindly again, we will need to furnish this committee on where the money is, what happened, why was it not paid. So kindly get a chance. But Mutua, as you have heard, members do not want just theories, they want documents. So apart from you explaining to us, you will furnish us with all those documentations. Yes, Honorable Anthony, one question.
you have a lot of work in the department. And out of this discussion, I hope you have discovered that there is a lot of problems as far as this issue of housing is concerned. The houses that are owned by the county government of Kericho. In fact, I hope you have seen the concern that we have as a house. And I want to encourage you, I want to challenge you that I know you have so many plans that you need to do in your department. I want to challenge you that, Mr. Korir. If there is anything that you should do urgently, is this issue of housing. In fact, the reason why we are hesitant as far as this 17 million is concerned, this issue of rent. In fact, we asked you the other time that how much are you charging in these houses as far as rent is concerned? When was the same reviewed? Meaning that there are so many things that you have to streamline in that issue of housing is concerned. So I want to encourage you, Mr. Korir, next time, please let us iron out this issue once and for all. In fact, there's a problem as far as the same is concerned. Thank you so much.
Continue. I rejoin the chair on the same. If you know this house is being used by so and so, what made you to go and do a renovation? Why? What made you to go and do a renovation on those houses? Secondly, Waziri, we have houses. You have customers to rent these houses to. What made you to hand over to the national? And these are the money. These are the money. What miracles are they doing to collect rents that makes you not to collect? It has to be a serious note. And after handing over, you are also using the same resources for the county government, and you are not collecting any revenue to go and do the renovation. Can you be sincere on this, please?
I believe now, Honorable Kemo, you have captured the questions properly, because we don't want to repeat ourselves. So, Mr. Mutua, I hope you have captured the questions as answer.
Sana waheshimiwa, I'm very sorry for coming late. I was engaged with the auditors elsewhere. But on the issue of
introduce yourself. You are, where are you working? And yes.
Sorry. My name is Jackson Mutua, Acting Director, Housing, Kericho County. Now, on the issue of National Housing Corporation loan, this one, this development loan dates back in 1968, during that time of the defunct local authorities. Yeah? And this loan we are talking about is about Kericho and Londiani. The loan captures the houses in Londiani and in Kericho. When we talk about Londiani, we are talking about, there's an estate called Uruma Estate. which has 15 units. Those are one-bedroom houses, going for 1,200 per month. I'm sure you're wondering 1,200, and those houses are within the CBD of Londiani. It's because the last time these rental values were reviewed is long time ago. Yeah. So those houses, that Uruma estate is under the management of National Housing Corporation. These people took management of these houses way back in 2019. There was an official meeting, and I have the necessary documents for the same, for the loan agreement.
The loan by then was how much?
Initially, we have records. Initially, that rent was around 23 million. It has come down.
I want you to give us clear details of information.
Yeah.
You don't start with some, because you see members will interject and ask questions.
Okay.
Brief us from day one, when the loan was being given out. Give us an update about that, so that if there's any other question, it will come later to save on time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, as I've said, this loan came as a result of a development loan which was given by National Housing Corporation to develop houses in both Kericho and Londiani. That was during the defunct local authority.
How much was the principal, the initial loan?
That one I cannot tell. That
maybe to assist Chairman. No, Chairman, just to assist him. In fact, here we have documentation from the department, and maybe just to assist you, Bwana Mutua. The National Housing Corporation of Kenya signed an agreement with the County Council of Kericho in 1967. Yes?
Yes.
At 14,100 pounds, equivalent to about, if you can convert that time, those years, is about 200, is it 201,000 million? Is it million? Maybe you can confirm, because 14,100 ought to be converted, Chairman.
Maybe the exchange rate at that time.
At that time.
Yes, maybe you can find out.
I'm told here, based on the agreement, 6.25% interest rate per year. Is it? Yes, I've just seen somewhere here. Is it true? And how much have you paid?
Kindly break down, and I believe Mr. Mutua should be able to know that, because even the initial figure, because if you are in charge of housing, you should be able to know even from the initial stage.
Yeah, in fact, it's only that I didn't come with the file. I have a file for National Housing Corporation about the same. And given time, this afternoon, I can avail all those necessary documents you are asking, including how much national. Yes.
Can we give you time to provide the documents properly, and then you can even furnish us with those documents?
Yeah.
Because we don't want you to give us just a blank statement when you cannot be able to ascertain.
Yes.
Because we are very serious about that. We need to know why the rent is not being collected, why is it not being remitted, is someone not collecting, or if it is a national housing, they have staff, they have a system of collecting the rent. So there are so many questions that maybe members would want to interrogate. So what you need to do, what time are you going to provide us with this information?
I can bring all those necessary documents at 2:30 p.m. today.
Chairman. Yes.
Correct. That is true.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, Bwana Mutua was informed actually yesterday that he will be here this morning. It's only that there were these other engagements, all the same. Last week, Mr. Mutua, if I get it right,
you had prepared a file on the National Housing Corporation, and I think it is here. I don't know whether you are going to bring other information apart from what you brought the other time. So maybe you can clarify that so that we don't go repeating the same. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe a quick one. Huh? Who does the renovation of these NHC houses? Have you done any renovation of late?
Yeah, we have done renovations.
The county government?
As the county government.
Why would you do that? Yet you are not collecting any rates from the houses.
Since 2019, when NHC took management in the previous government, we have been budgeting for payment of this loan all along. Yeah, and I remember very well, especially there is a time County Assembly allocated 10 million towards payment of the same. Then along the way, that is the time when there were new CECs coming in, new CECs going out, new chief officers coming in, other going out. So during that mix-up, I prepared an invoice from National Housing Corporation towards payment of the 10 million. Then along the way, there was a supplementary budget, which was done by National Housing. Which was done by the County Assembly. Then when they did the supplementary budget, they removed the 10 million, simply because we had not absorbed the 10 million. That was one of the problems we faced. Secondly, there was another 5 million which was set aside by Department of Finance towards clearing the same. I was asked to provide an invoice towards the payment of that 5 million. Then along the way, after preparing the necessary documents, again, the money was shelved elsewhere. We could not pay. And it has been happening. We have been budgeting since 2019 to date, until recently, 2 weeks ago, when the management of National Housing Corporation, they came to Kericho for a meeting. We had a meeting at the boardrooms, governor's boardroom. They wanted a clear confirmation whether we are willing to pay, or if we are not willing to pay, we can agree on how we can forfeit some of the houses for their own management.
A quick one for you. For how long have NHC been collecting the...
NHC they have been collecting rent since 2019.
2019.
2019.
Do you have documents on the same?
We have, everything is documented.
Did they submit to you a report that this financial year they have collected a total of sum of what amount per year?
In our last meeting, 2 weeks ago, at the governor's boardroom, we agreed with them that they provide us a detailed statement of rent collection since
Mutua, from 2019 to date, up to date. In a statement.
Yes.
The same.
Yes. No. They only provide us when we request. They only provide us when we request. After that meeting. Yes. Yeah, we have been requesting. They only provide on request, and like I was saying, we have been requesting. Yes. We have the ones we have. They are in that file I'm talking about. The ones they have provided, they are in the file, and that file I can provide at 2:30. So before I finish, I was saying, in the last meeting we had.
Maybe it should continue also. Huh?
We agreed.
What was the signed agreement? Because if I have a loan, there is a period. Yes. Regardless, you request also for the status or the statement. You should be having. You should.
you should be having that this number of houses, you will collect this amount of rent per year. You multiply for the number of years to meet the amount you have been requested for. Do you have a signed agreement for the duration, apart from even requesting what they have collected annually?
Answer the question, then I will make a ruling, maybe briefly.
There are some documents they have sent this morning in soft copy to me, including the loan agreement you are talking about and the rent collections per month. And all of them I can provide at 2:30 because I just need to print.
Thank you. You have answered. Now, you see this issue of land. I'm also a member of land. There was a time when we did a report about that.
Yes.
But we will also talk with the Committee of Lands on the same issue. There are some issues that maybe the committee will deal with it. There are issues now, we are looking at it now. We are very much interested at the pending bill. So what you do is prepare yourself with full documentation, submit to this committee, and we will still use relevant committees in this house to actually work on it, on the other issue, because it is very important, because this county needs to save on the resources that we have. We cannot talk about national housing taking up our houses just like that. So there are so many questions that we will still have on housing, so kindly prepare yourself but submit the documents. One last, please, one last.
Thank you, Chairman. I think for Mutua we are done with you, like Chairman has ruled. For Waziri and the CEO, Sylvia. I don't know, Sylvia. We are blessing you. We will be one. Will be next time. Now, there's this issue, Waziri, on with us here. We have IFMIS generated statements for every financial years that has been submitted to us by the finance, the Department of Finance. Now, we've been trying to see on the payments that you've always been making as a department, precisely on the recurrent issues. We want to know probably how much you've raised, because you see, we want to compare with this. Because now, what we are noting is that there are some of the payments that has been made by the department probably beyond the budget as per current. So maybe you can tell us if you have privy with issues of recurrent, because we are seriously following with the budget issues.
Is that in this financial year, the ongoing one, Mheshimiwa? Is it the ongoing budget?
The current
budget. I'm sorry, yeah? Yeah, you are very busy. Now, Mheshimiwa, I'm sorry. You have said you have a document that came from another department on... Yes, that's true. Now, maybe if I could be able to have that document so that I can also see through. Yeah. It came from my department.
Okay.
Okay.
What are the payments have you made so far in this financial year? So you provide us also from your end.
Is it development or the
from your end
recurrent
the requisition that you have made in terms of the development and the recurrent? So can you provide from your department what you have done so far? Thank you.
If you don't have, do you have the documents with you? Was it?
Okay, I think I can request just like the housing directorate has said, if you're asking for what has been paid so far, I'm sorry, I don't have it here. Maybe you can also give me at that time at 2:30 as Mutua is coming, we can have that. Kindly.
Thank you. Now, Waziri, what we need is information and data that will help us to generate information that is right. And again, because we are doing the budget, we will need that one to be factored in. So what I'm requesting you is go sit down and then bring us full information, properly structured. But now for the other issues, that upcoming issues, we will also make a recommendation that maybe the Committee on Lands will work on other issues. Because when in our interrogations, we came up with other matters that might not have been so much directly affecting the committee, but it is important to the county. So kindly provide us and furnish us before the end of day today, so that we can be able to analyze. But if there is any other query that is of importance to this committee, we will be able to liaise with you. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming and patience, sitting patiently and answering questions. We'll meet maybe in an hour time. Let me believe that there is lunch. Thank you. There being no other business, this meeting is adjourned till 2:30 p.m. Thank you.